My name is William. I have been a patient and student of Dr. Wu for the past 2 years. In 2019, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called Myasthenia Gravis. It is a disease that affects the nervous system and it causes loss of muscle functions. When I found out after my blood test that I was MG positive, um, it was a very frightening experience for me. During that time, I lost off muscular functions in one of my eyelids. Also, I lost control of my eyes as well, so it couldn't swivel, I guess you can say, and also the vision started to blur in a sense. It started afterwards to it spread it all through to my throat as well as my arms and legs. It became hard to even go upstairs, carry things such as my child, or even walk up a hill. So I could feel things starting to deteriorate. Initially, it gave me a lot of panic because I didn't understand it. And my neurologist told me that the disease is incurable. You just have to wait and see. And if you're unlucky, in 2 years, it may generalize to your whole body or it may just stay as it is. So it was a lot of fear, a lot of panic, and a lot of despair that was going through my mind during that point. Initially, I went to my primary care physician to find out what the cause of my illness was, and she referred me to a neurologist. The neurologist recommended me to take medicine such as steroids and also recommended me for surgeries such as a thymus removal. I took the prescribed medicine that my neurologist gave me for 2 weeks, and while it did help me slightly, it did not give me good side effects. During that period of time, I was also practicing Tai Chi as well as Qigong, so I do have a martial arts background. My teacher recommended me to try TCM instead of Western medicine because I was complaining to him every day about the side effects of the steroids. I searched for several doctors in my area, Chinese doctors, and see if they can give me a good diagnosis for my disease from a Chinese medicine standpoint. But it was unfortunate for me that not a lot of Chinese doctors in my area understood this disease well. They gave me incorrect formulas, and I also went through a lot of unnecessary acupunctures. So I did the research on my own. I took this into my own hands and I started looking online to see what exactly is this disease, in Chinese medicine. And through my search, I found a doctor in Guangzhou, China, and his name was Dr. Deng. He has this formula that treats this disease. Unfortunately, he passed away, I found out, so I was looking for a student. And this was in early 2020, right before COVID happened. So I found Dr. Deng's student. His name is Dr. Xiao, and he's a very famous doctor in the Guangzhou hospital. Unfortunately, during that time, China started shutting down and I could not go to China or have anybody obtain this medicine for me. So I started to panic a little bit. I further searched online to see if he has any other doctors, maybe in Europe or the US. And very luckily for me, Dr. Wu has a website that happened to post an article in regards to myasthenia. And I looked at Dr. Wu's article. It explained exactly what myasthenia is in a Chinese medicine standpoint. And it also shows that Dr. Xiao was Dr. Wu's teacher. So I was very, very happy to find doctor here in the US. I contacted Dr. Wu in roughly April of 2020, and I had a long conversation with him about my disease and my experiences with my Western doctors. And I told him that I found out that his teacher has this formula that helps with this disease, and if he can help me with it. Dr. Wu was very patient, and he explained to me the issues that I had, and he prescribed for me a formula for my disease. I took the formula earnestly and very seriously for roughly 6 months. It was a very long process. The changes were slow, and I had a lot of help and support from my family, as well as Dr. Wu during that period of time. My approach towards treatment is, yes, the doctor can provide you with the tools you need to help yourself, but ultimately, you have to understand it is yourself that wants to be helped. I was very earnest in my treatment towards curing this disease, and I had full faith in Dr. Wu. I had full faith in the medicine as well as the knowledge for it. And every day for 6 months, I would just take my medicine 3 times a day. I would wake up. When my wife would wake up, she would cook it for 2 hours. I would drink the medicine. I would do Qigong. I would also do moxibustion for 2 hours a day. And we also did foot bath as well at night. Besides doing those treatments, I also started studying deeper meanings in life, such as spiritual matters, to help do a complete change of my lifestyle and change the way I think of things and how I view the world. I did a lot of meditating during this time to calm my mind. And in a sense, when you practice Qigong, it is like meditation. Or when you practice Tai Chi, it's moving meditation. And by calming my mind, it gave me hope. Not just in the treatment that is provided, but it gave me hope in myself. And I feel that full faith is really needed in Chinese medicine, and especially in traditional or Dr. Wu's Taoist Chinese medicine. Dr. Wu helped provide me with the necessary formulas, the herbs, and the knowledges to help myself. But the rest of the treatment during the time of roughly 6 months was mainly up to me and the support of my family to help me get better. I had a lot of patience, and my goal was that even if I didn't get better, or let's say it got worse, I know that I tried, and the fear and the despair that I initially had is not present anymore, regardless of my disease. And I've been practicing that mindset as well as maintaining a good health ever since I went into remission in 2021. And currently, I feel great. I believe I feel better than even before when I got sick. And this whole process gave me a much better understanding of myself and who I am.